Little joke from Maverick last time. He said he was looking for anybody else to join. I believe his team Top Gun.
If I remember right, Jay Stinson
Johnson,
is the one that caused the wreck at
Gainesville, Georgia.
lap
Pulls that 73 car to a
on
stop. We got just about a minute left here in qualifying. Let's take a
Atlanta.
look at Danny Eshelman.
No, it was somebody else. Because I remember them arguing in the fucking
did take second.
chat.
Mark Vega did take
Him or
over
Robert?
third on the board.
Might have been a Robert.
We do have a big field tonight, as we always do in these Noma
Rodney
Superspeedway
Roberts,
races.
maybe.
We did see 25 cars for the trucks.
Or Robert Jordan.
You're going to see
He
a
looked
lot
like a
more than
plump
that
fella.
tonight, over 30, if not 40. But we will know more once we actually grid up and get going.
Yeah, push me down. Yeah. Push me down, push me down. I'd be damned if I was going to go out and qualify and
I think it was that Robert Jordan.
Pull it to a stop. Matthew Fritz.
If I'm not mistaken,
the
so
winner
it was.
Of the season
Maybe
opener,
Robert's
Manny
in
Ray's
here.
188.
Yeah, there's quite a
Driver
few.
with 48 got the victory there. Talked to him in victory lane. Was excited about
Enjoy
it.
the poll, guys, because
I believe this might be part of
want it.
Manny Ray's Mafia. Correct me if I'm wrong. But they seemed really excited when he got the win, and you see it on the side of his car and on the back there.
in fact, I still have too many cars behind me.
With 7 seconds left in qualifying, he is not going to be able to complete this lap. Shouldn't have to worry, though, too much. Super Speedway racing, sometimes the pole doesn't, usually the pole actually doesn't determine where you're going to finish.
If I try.
28s and 29s.
That is going to wrap up qualifying. Let's take some of these things down and get ready to grid the field up. Flagman, get ready. The fans in the stands getting their last-minute bush lights. Let's wait till everybody grids up before we actually get the grid on here. And here we go. We're going to get them. Let's get it going here. You guys know where we're at. We'll talk about it in your race info. Remember, we're not going to go green on lap 1. We are going to run an extra pace lap. But starting tonight on the pole, and again, if I pronounce some of these last names wrong, I do apologize. Looks like it is going to be Maverick Baird starting second. To his outside is going to be Robert E. Morrison. Third place is going to go to Sean Wilder. Fourth, Mark A. Vega. Fifth place, Max Speed TV driver Chris Akers. To his outside in row 3 is Tyler Clemis.
A lot of EOLs
Alex
tonight.
Giffen. 8th, Jay Stinson. That's a Hickox Motorsports driver.
A lot of
9th
rule
is J.R.
breakers last
Johnson.
week.
10th place, Joey Hickox, another Hickox Motorsports driver. 11th is going to be Danny Eshelman. 12th is going to go to Robert Duvendak in the 99. 13th, Ronnie Morrison. 14th, Jeff Carl. 15th, Randy Bonomi. 16th is going to go to Carl Lingle. Making up row 9 to the inside is Tyler Hurt. His outside, Joseph Fogg. 19th, Todd Poston. 20th is going to go to J.R. Schomber, I believe it is. 21st, John Bell.
If it's for a win, I'll do it.
Rodney Roberts. 23rd is going to be week 1 winner, rather. Matthew Fritz. 24th, Josh Vega. 25th, DJ Madish. 26th, Frank Ranger Jr. 27th, Robert Jordan. 28th, Kenneth Riedinger, winner of the Kentucky race just the other night. 29th is going to go to Justin Parham. 30th, Ambrose Kniebel. 31st, Edward Smith. 32nd, Scott D. Collins. 33rd, Adam Kilday. 34th, Guy Braco. 35th, Kyle C. Clark. 36th is going to go to James Scamordella. And 37th, rounding out the field tonight, is going to be Adam Kolakowski in the 40.
I hope everything runs smooth.
Why?
A lot of stuff to talk
Well,
about.
this headset here, where it's got its own trackers built in,
Yeah.
you pretty much have to have your light
Something
on.
unique this year to the Super Speedway series.
Well, my wife just turned the fucking light off.
Did put up a sponsorship for
Ah,
the apprentice
shit.
driver,
And the
it's
shit
really
went
helped the racing so
fucked
far.
up, and I had to redo the Guardian
Heard
thing.
the plan
Hopefully
right there,
it'll...
not going green this time. We are going to run that extra.
I mean, it
pace lap.
seems fine. I
That's
just
your
hope
race
there ain't no
info.
fucking issues
We are
pop
at
up.
Talladega
turning the light back
Superspeedway.
on?
Yeah.
The Noma Super Speedway Series presented by Manny Rays. It's the pit stall 186. Going to be a 70-lap race tonight. Fuel is 80%. We're in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. One faster pair, unlimited tires, and no stages this year as well. Remember, the start-finish line here at Talladega is a little bit farther than it is at Daytona. And that definitely plays a role in these finishes. You can make your move later, and that top lane has a chance to get that run that we always see on the straightaways. Daytona, if you're on that inside coming into the trial, we usually have a better chance.
He committed a felony the last
race.
race.
A lot wider, so 3 wide is definitely going to happen. We might
That's
even
why
see
he got
some
you
4
will.
wide tonight. Let's give a shout out again to Maverick, your pole sitter.
Of course, all these people with EOLs is in my
Shot
line,
here to a driver back here,
pushing
that's
me
Sean
all the way
Wilder.
up here.
Sean actually was that part of that commercial, if you will, that you guys saw before. We'll be playing it again later. But for the Pit Stall Racing Series, I believe it is called. Like I said, I'll verify later. But that series, told me, has been kind of started a new series, giving prizes to drivers. They race around, win prizes. It's grown over the years into a very good series.
Kyle Busch ain't going to no prison for 3 years.
No. He might if he tried to go back to Mexico.
Yeah.
The pit stall, that is.
Just
so
don't
you
go
can
back
join
to
that if you'd
Mexico.
like. Can actually try.
They're not gonna make you go to prison for
real quick.
a mistake, and I'm sure he can hire somebody
Anything else?
to get him out of that mess.
Actually, copy this over. There you go. You have it in the chat right there. If anybody's.
I hadn't read nothing on it, but from my understanding is he was sentenced to 3 or 3.5 years, whatever, prison in Mexico. So, like, if he goes back, he would have to. They would put him in jail if he went to Mexico. But I'm not sure. I hadn't really read nothing much.
Who do you guys think is going to win tonight? I think there's some.
You better hope NASCAR don't have a.
Some would not.
Want to have a race in Mexico? He can't go. He'll have to miss out on a point.
And I don't really know. If you start in the back, I think maybe you decide to fall back right here. Play it safe early. But if you're at this front, I think you want to keep it. They're not going to be able to make it all the way.
Hell, you know the United States wouldn't extradite him for that.
35 to 36 laps, so at 80%.
Can't stand this rubber guy.
On the calculator real quick as well.
Mr. Duvendal or whatever.
36 times 0.8, so I'm thinking the fuel might be
Duvendak.
somewhere between 25 and 30.
Duvendak. Yeah.
So many laps.
He's annoying and he talks too fucking much.
Pull the tower up for you there on your left. You see it. It's going to be a 70-lap event. This extra caution lap, if you were curious, was to give some of these drivers the EOLs from the penalties that ensued last week. It looks like Adam is currently not on the
Watch
track.
out for a
starting last.
really bad checkup here.
Rico is the last car in the field right now, starting in 37th. 36 rather.
Yeah, I'm on. When we get up here, I'm gonna actually leave a little slight gap in front of me.
And we did see quite a bit of cautions last time we were here at Daytona. Not sure exactly how last week went, but some of these guys that like to run up front still think if they're not up here right now, they might try to be conservative, knowing that that money's on the line at the end of the season for the driver with the least amount of incident points.
I think the guy in front of you had the same idea of leaving a gap.
He's going to be having Mark Vega trying to push him to
So I think the guy in front of you had the same idea of leaving a gap.
To keep that 111 Maverick out front. Toyota versus Chevy. You see it there on the tower. The mix of manufacturers we got in the field. Chevy dominated field, throwing a couple.
Showing 30 laps of fuel.
Here and there, and that'll make it up for tonight. Field now rolling.
Unlimited tires.
Start zone.
I don't think we'll need 30 laps, but we'll see.
Green flag is out. We're racing here in the Noma Superspeedway Series. Maverick gets.
I don't like this 25 hanging back here either.
Wasn't quite able to hang with him. Backstretch usually going to be the most important factor this first lap. The 8. That's Mark Vega. Gets right to the bumper. Gives him a little shot. The 91 Sean Wilder is going to be clear here. We'll see if he decides to make a move with it. He's going to have Chris Akers pushing on his bumper. Don't know if both of them can jump up. Looks like they do. And sure enough, there goes the 91 Sean Wilder. He gets followed by Chris Akers further back. Looks like we saw maybe a thought to 3 wide. They think better of it. Sean Wilder gets the lead. We'll see if he decides to drop down as they roar into turn 3. The 43 Robert E. Morris.
They did make it one lap.
The inside. The 91 Sean Wilder still holding up top nice and strong. Further back we see Robert Duvendak in the 99. Dart out of line for just a moment. No help. Gonna have to settle back down where he's at. The 8 Mark Vega jumps to the top lane. 3 wide in the tribal. We'll see if he gets help. The 56. Who is he gonna go with? That's Tyler Clemis.
If it does come down to pitting under green here, we're going to have to
fall all the way to the back. He is going to get some help though from Jay Stinson and Robert Duvendak.
Imagine go with the biggest pack that comes off.
That's what I would love to try to do.
Looked like it was going to. Then we saw these 3 cars all get together on the outside and really start to get going.
They're already 3 wide. That'll only work for about so many laps.
Wow.
How much do you want to be in the front?
Whoever that yellow car is almost put this 4 into the wall in front of me.
Superspeedway tracks. can make up positions here until they get 3 wide. Then it gets
Yeah, it won't be long of them running 3 wide, 4 or 5 deep.
Take it 4 wide later. I don't think we'll see any of that now. 3 wide, not too hard to do here. Pretty much the equivalent of 2 wide at Talladega, so that's why we're seeing it now. They're riding that absolute top lane. There's 3 cars being led by the 8. I thought they'd make a little bit more ground by now. They just really haven't been able to. Don't count them out, though, just yet. Still very early in the going right now. The 4 of Chris Akers. He's a really good pusher. If you're looking for somebody for security in your back end, that's who you're going to want right there. The 4, he knows how to push. He can push you real aggressive, get you to the front. You can't really push in the corners with these. If you're real careful and steady,
already overheating.
Bump just a little bit. You see it maybe just a tiny bit right there with the 2 max speed teammates, Sean Wilder.
Well, then look, somebody will blow and wreck them all.
As much as you work together with your teammates at tracks like these, you kind of start to learn their line. You kind of get a feel for where they're going to go.
I don't like going up. That's 70 laps. That's too much concentration the whole race to do that.
Mark Vega has finally crawled his way all the way up to the front. If he can get clear that 91,
what always fucking watching your throttle.
Does he stay up top?
Looking out the side of your eye.
Let's look a little farther back. Some of the rest of the field here. It's like this is taking a look at Carl Lingle here. The 30 car running 25th. Adam Kilday. Justin Parham, we saw him real strong running the truck series.
I think that 25 lost the draft completely.
I was looking around just a second ago wondering where he had gotten to.
I see him in my relative.
Falling off of the main pack for now. They should be able to catch up. If
he's really playing it safe.
Yeah. He playing
really
dum-dum safe. How the hell am I let down now?
Track map, though. If it decides to pull up for us, looks like it's not going to.
Ooh,
right
somebody
now.
touched the wall up there on the outside. Oh, he smacked it again.
Yeah, he's getting smashed.
Randy Bonomi right in front of him is Joey Hickox. Right in front of Joey is where all the 3 wide chaos starts.
Somebody try to arc or break me. That guy right behind you.
We'll have to ask you guys that are watching real quick just for me, because we're still working on a couple things with video quality. Let me know how it looks for you. We did enable motion blur. This is a pretty big field to use it with. So let me know if the video looks like it's running pretty smooth or if it's not. Oh, we do have one on the wall. Caution is out.
Who is that jackass?
That's the one I'm thinking about, Matthew Fritz.
Oh, no, that's the 30,
yeah.
actually, excuse me.
Came flying. I mean, he missed me by inches.
Down to the grass. The 22, big damage. First caution of the night. And I'll tell you what, nothing annoys me more than when I miss it. Checking the stats for just a second, I look down. Man, oh man. All right, let's go see what happens here to bring out the first yellow flag of the night. Oh, Jay Stinson already knocked out a line. You see some damage actually on the... Oh, he's going to get...
motherfucker, get up here and pass me.
Further back.
Well, so far, that makes it a one-stop race from here. It should.
It is slow.
We had 30 laps to go, right? Or on fuel, we started?
Yeah.
We're going to go to we can find where this first starts.
Because we're going to get going with about
actually go to Jay now.
10 to go.
I'm pretty sure this starts somewhere with him. Let's see what happens here. The 13 goes up. 42 comes out. Oh, Jay touches the wall.
It
42
still might be close.
Wide below him. Oh, you see him burp the throttle, but can't slow down enough. That hooks the 13. 13 comes down, hooks the 56. And this is where they're going to start piling up now. Those two hit the wall pretty hard. 56, maybe not too bad. Jay, however. And now they're just going to start piling up. A lot of guys nowhere to go. The 48, that's Matthew Fritz. Winner of week 1. Nowhere to go. Locks it up. It's going to get.
I couldn't say how many cars were in that.
Decent damage. And we had some drivers further back in it, waiting for them to arrive on the scene now. There's
like
the
a good many.
with that big contact.
We're going 30 on pit road.
Big contact.
Yeah,
that's a fast
people was like slamming on their fucking brakes.
Nowhere to go. This takes out a lot of them.
Had to take my factory power off.
Early wreck here sometimes can dictate the flow of the night. Hopefully not the case. Let's go back up front.
Yeah, I got to go back and watch that, but I'm pretty sure that dude narrowly missed me.
He'd been leading up front, but he was battling a lot of guys.
If it wasn't narrow, he was just uncomfortably close.
Oh, we did have pit stops. Silly me. Yet that is what we guys just went down the pits here.
Going fucking 1,000 miles an hour.
Busy place. A little surprised.
Motherfucker, the caution was flying and he was still full throttle.
I don't think you would have seen anybody except the damaged cars.
He said it's only arc braking if I hit you.
Really key at tracks like this where it takes a lot of time to get.
I was waiting for him to go up there and smash you.
Everybody being nice and careful to get off pit road clean.
Yeah, one guy that was behind me.
4 tires. Helps you
when
out.
the wreck
You don't
first
have to
started
worry about
happening,
taking a
I had to
just
wait a
hop
little
off the
later to
field.
get on my brakes.
And
Because I was scared he'd fucking rear end me if I just slammed
Green
because I
flag
was scared he'd
stops. You want to make sure
fucking
you get
rear
in
end me if I
cleanly.
just slammed him right
You have
then.
to worry about taking less stuff than the rest of the
And
field.
hell, I almost didn't have enough braking
A lot
room.
smoother. Nancy Hickox does say the clarity was good. I was able to see the smoke and then the wreck. Thank you, Nancy. Just want to make sure it looks good for everybody. If all of a sudden it starts to look a little laggy or anything,
But
just
that
let me
car in
know.
front of you, best I can tell from here,
Appreciate
has no
that a
rear
lot.
end.
That's a 25?
How about Danny Eshelman
No,
up
it
here?
says 42 on the
Started
relative
a little
there.
bit further back.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll
That's
go
Here he
ahead
is,
and
stayed
go.
out. Gets himself up here. Ambrose Knievel. Driver out of Gold Bar,
Yeah, he has no
Washington.
rear end and no
Alive
front
running
end.
Suicide awareness and prevention. Ambrose has a couple pretty nice paint schemes. If you're looking for a driver with a little bit of a different trophy case, Ambrose has got you covered on that. Frank Ranger Jr., Lakeland, Georgia. Sitting back here in the 17 W car.
Yeah, we'll be short. Just a little short. I don't think it's going to matter. They're not going green that long.
Next
No.
time. Pace car lights are still on.
I highly doubt it.
That does mean one to go.
At worst, I feel like
Pretty
at worst
clean.
we might have to
There
make one
wasn't
green
really
flag.
necessarily anything anybody did that was wrong by.
I don't think
It was
we'd have
really
to make
obvious. Just
two.
little mistakes like that at tracks like these can be.
Don't
Probably
think
what
we have to
happened
make
was people
none.
started overheating, and they started
42,
lifting
he
at the
worked the throttle,
front,
he was trying to get
and
out of it
then
just
people started
a little
running
bit
into
too
them
late.
lifting, and
Couldn't slow down in time, and we can actually see how they're doing now. Josh Vega. Oh, you hate to see that for Josh.
they should push. You could blow your engine in like a lap and a half.
No hood, no front. Jay Stinson's going to try to get it back.
Well, I don't know
here.
about in these cars. I know in the trucks it was I started overheating when we entered 3 and blew the next lap coming out of 4, so just barely over a lap.
Damage maybe not too bad on his car. Kenneth Riedinger, under the Truck Series, looks like he's got his car ready to go. Let's go back up front.
Never understood how these motherfuckers could come out of the pits and still go by us.
Thank you, Robert.
Not that I want them behind me.
Got 17 people in here tonight watching the Noma drivers go at it. We appreciate you all coming out. I know the drivers
still
certainly
said
enjoy
we're
it.
dingers.
It's
Whenever I'm out there in the
14.
race,
Well, who's the
always
fuck
makes me
sits in
feel
front
good
of him?
to
That's the
know
45.
People like watching it. Alex Giffen here in the 09. I think
Who's the fucking 14?
getting a little bit
Get the
more
fuck
excited.
down
The
here.
actual Daytona 500 is coming up in real life shortly. What a great time to be around the sim racing
Damn,
community.
I don't know what the
Noma, one of
fuck's
best
going
around.
on. We're
Presented
good
by
now.
Manny Reyes. Got a couple people in here. Owners of different groups. One of those was Sean Wilder.
We're very
Was your current leader. Has fallen back for now.
scattered
but I think we will
back
see him
here.
back up here. No time. Todd Poston back here in the 32.
Hey, there's the 25.
How the fuck are you all the way back there?
Get some in-race interviews here.
I just had them all going by me.
Thought about maybe getting one under this caution, but it's just.
That's fucking weird because I was literally right in front of you on track.
Yeah.
Have a late caution even.
Just kept telling them all go by me.
After the race, we will be interviewing your top 3. Tyler Hurt. Going to be starting on the outside. Pushing him is going to be.
They're back here checking up, slamming into each other.
Or sorry, I got that mixed up for just a second. This is actually going to be.
Because you're retarded.
Ranger. I thought for a second it was Sean Wilder, but I was like, I know I saw.
Catch up to the goddamn field, guy.
And I think these two, the 91
69.
and the 4. Remember, these are teammates right here, Chris Akers and Sean. They might be trying to jump to the top. Ambrose Knievel, not one of those max speed drivers. He's got his own team. Pace car is going to pull off. Who's going to get the win tonight? We still got a long ways to go. Almost at lap 10. Danny Eshelman's going to have to get a good jump here. Ambrose Knievel, a very, very good pusher. But that outside lane sure is hard to
That is
fight
the most
off.
fucked up restart I've ever
First lap,
seen.
green flag is back out. Ambrose Knievel doesn't get the best jump, but Danny Eshelman sure does. Behind him right now, it's going to be a drag race. Who's going to get to his bumper
Somebody
first?
is like stopped on the top here.
Yeah.
Looks like the 04 starting to get around that outside. Kind of fell apart. I thought maybe
Wow,
they
they
would
fucking
get it.
strung out all of a
But you
sudden.
see
up
on the
there.
I don't know
blink,
what
no
the
run
fuck
from
they're
the outside.
doing.
Here comes the 91. Sean Wilder's going to get help.
Like
from
they're
his
in
teammate,
second
Chris
gear.
Akers. Down the backstretch, it's going to be a tandem battle. The outside locked up a lot more. Here comes the 91. Can he get clear? Ambrose just now makes it to the bumper. The 91's going to get clear. No problems. Trying to bring his teammate in the 4. Looks like he's going to. We'll see what they decide to do. They stay high for the moment. I thought maybe they would drop down, but the momentum has been sticking with the top so far tonight, and they're going to keep it there. Nicely done job of pushing there by Chris Akers. You saw him slightly locked on throughout the corner, out of 4 specifically. Through the tri-oval. First lap led back onto green is going to go to Sean Lauder.
Fucked up cars.
To get back to the front. Did it. Back in third, your pole sitter.
Hey, these guys are going way too
got
slow.
Robert Duvendak behind him. Danny Eshelman now finally starting to recover on the inside. How long will it take him to get back up there? Will the 91 try to jump to the inside? Something that I haven't seen too much in some of these Noma Superspeedway races. But you do see them in some Superspeedway races is when you get a couple teammates up here, they'll actually try to split. Keep both lanes in check. Kind of dominate the field, if you will, but not seeing that right now. And I like what this 91's doing. Who better to have behind you than your teammate? And it still is just such a nice looking, a beautiful
trying to lay
sight
back
to
a little
see
so
how
you can
nice
get a little
the
better
floor is leading
draft.
up to the back bumper of that 91. To know
I
that
think
he
I'm
can get
catching you. I don't know why they're so
to the
slow.
back
Is it because
bumper.
they have
Corner looks like
damage?
went 3 wide for a
I'm
moment.
guessing.
Cuts his break. A teammate, Robert Duvendak, isn't having any of it, though. He's going to jump to the outside. No help yet for the 99. We'll see if he can get any. Now here comes Mark Vega. He's going to draft up off the middle lane. Now he jumps up top. Looks like they are coming up on a lap car here. We can figure out who this is pretty quickly. Let me go down. It looks like this is going to be Josh Vega. No, this is not Josh Vega. This is going to be
we're
Tyler
losing.
Hurt. This might get a
Losing
little
the
dicey.
Pat.
Just saw Tyler up there, so not sure what exactly happened. But let's go back up front. See how
Hopefully the 4 of us can chase them down.
Talladega, but you always get just a
I
little
think
bit
these
nervous
2 guys in front of me is
going on
clean.
a lap car in general. Tyler, though, does a really nice job of keeping his car straight up there out of the way of the field. And we have now completed 12 of the 70 laps here tonight. The outside still showing the advantage. Haven't seen the 3 wide that we saw in that first
I got a bunch of cars coming behind me now.
This pack is a lot smaller than what we saw earlier as well. Let's look at how spread out some of these guys are getting. Looks like the last driver in this pack is James.
I think we're catching back
Scamordella.
up. I can't tell, though.
And then the driver leading this second pack is going to be Todd Poston.
Yeah, we're
driver out of
catching.
Chester,
Yeah.
Virginia.
They just had a checkup up there.
And he does have a pretty good line of cars behind him.
I'm going to
They
give you
are all
plenty of
single file, a couple
space
damaged
because
cars in
I
there.
got a
Looks like
bunch
Robert
behind me. I don't want to
Morrison's
get
in that.
ran over.
The 98, Chef Carl. So this pack should be able to catch that front pack if they really want to. Let's see. Looks like we do have a
You
couple
2
more packs
motherfuckers need to
further
hold
back.
it straight.
Go back up here and actually see which was the last car in it. Robert E. Morrison. So it looks like Robert Jordan's the last one in that pack. Then you have Guy Braco by himself, Randy Bonomi. He's got Matthew Fritz, winner of week 1 with him, Jay Stinson. That car's all tore up. Let's see the speeds that Jay's running right now with that much damage. He does have a little bit of drafting help. 181, yeah, it's a lot. That car's really under a lot of stress right now. Still impressed at how fast it is able to run with that much damage. You got to think about how much he's hurting on Arrow. Air not really sure where to go.
We're not
Can't go around
catching
that
him.
Car's got to go through it.
Huh?
We're not
Down,
catching
we do
them.
see 3 wide up front now. Chris Akers going to take his teammate 3 wide on the outside.
At least the guy that's up there at the end of that pack's relative staying at 3.9.
TV drivers 1-2 in the middle and top lane, but on the bottom, Danny Eshelman now has the advantage. Think he's going to stay down there with Ambrose Knievel behind him. That bottom hasn't had to push as hard.
Yeah,
keep
we
their
need that
progress,
guy
but now with Chris
out of the
Akers
front
no longer on
there.
the bumper of his teammate. Can the 111 of Maverick keep him up front in that middle? Top starting to fade back. The back stretch is usually where the top really starts to get some speed. Will the 91 eventually jump high? I think Chris may have done that. He was starting to get a little hot. As long as he's pushing his teammate. These cars do heat up a lot quicker than the trucks. They don't cool down too quick either, so you got to be careful with your temps. And this pack in the back, I think, likes what they're seeing. We can actually take a look from this back car real quick, as they are 3 by 3 out of 4. And back car in this pack is going to be Scott Collins, rather, excuse me. And it looks like Todd Poston is catching the gap right now, about 3.25 seconds. That gap is closing at a pretty good rate, ladies and gentlemen, 2 to 4/10 a lap. And now we see the
All right,
111
now we're
Maverick
catching
gonna
them
drop
again.
in front of Danny Eshelman. That inside, not holding too strong. Sean Wilder waiting for a push
We got rid of that guy. I don't
From
think
the
you can
2
push him.
of J.R. Schomburg. Still 3 by 3. Everybody got to be a little careful here. Chris Akers gonna get
How's your
parallel now,
engine?
drops in front of his teammate.
She ain't going red yet, but she's getting close.
Sean Wilder probably no problem right now, returning the favor to his teammate.
Oh, they're
up
3
top.
wide up at
Vega's
the
gonna
lead.
try to get last year's
Now
champion
I'm
Robert
blinking
Duvendack to the
red.
front. The bottom is your pole sitter still, Maverick Baird. And that middle
We
lane
should be
is
getting
just
their
so
draft
strong.
now.
If I had to pick 2 guys that I'd want behind me right now, I think it's going to be that 4 and 91. Robert Duvendack, though, and Mark Vega have pushed a couple of them to the lead. Now the 4 Chris Akers drops to the
I'm gonna have
bottom
to
line.
peek in this corner to
Back
cool
up to Sean
down.
Wilder.
I'll give you plenty of space.
Let's note some of these other drivers in this pack. Got Alex Giffen in the 09, just sitting here in the middle of it, playing it safe. No need to push from where he is. Actually, I think I would say he probably does need to get up there. What you want to do if you're that 3rd car in line, not necessarily push, but your job is mainly to stay up on that 2nd car's bumper so he can push. Looks like we got the 19 here. This is James.
I can't tell if we're catching them or not.
Haven't talked about Kyle.
Won't know until after we
We're
get.
catching.
Oh,
I
yeah,
can
yeah.
just visibly see it. They're getting bigger.
Well, I'm standing so close to this guy I can't see around him.
Yeah. I had me one of those earlier today.
We're catching a car though that shedded off the pack.
I'm gonna have to peek again right here.
Last 2 drivers in the pack. Looks like Collins does have a little bit of damage. This might be why he's falling back a little bit. But Todd Poston, they have closed up the gap. It is under 2 seconds. Almost 1.5 seconds. So they're just about in the draft. And once they get in it, you can forget about it. They will crawl up to this pack.
I'm gonna need that guy up there to get the fuck off the bottom when we get there.
Here from TV3. Look in the background here. You'll watch this main pack.
But he probably won't. He's a dick.
That single file pack. They're moving. Nancy Hickox did say in the chat, don't forget that.
And he fucking shoots up to the middle because he's fucked. What a jackass.
I know you guys appreciate it.
Yeah. Good job on trying to wreck the whole back line, 54.
Here watching, rooting for some of their drivers. The top lane's starting to fade, though. Robert Duvendack still pushing the 91. Mark A. Vega maybe had to cool that car off a little bit. Bottom starting to show dominance with Chris Akers and the 111 of Maverick Baird. Still side by side. Further back, though. We got about 3 rows of 3 wide right now. And all this action has still continued to let this backpack being.
We'll have to peek when we get down here to turn 1.
He's very bobbly.
Let's see what it's at now. I did make a mistake because I was looking at the wrong driver. The gap is actually 3 seconds. From what I can see here between Todd Poston and Frank Ranger Jr., who is that last car in this pack. However, that gap has closed, though, still nonetheless. And they could run a pretty good amount of time.
You should have been smart and got it out of the way.
25 to 30. Ambrose Knievel does jump to the middle. But with that being the fuel window, these guys will have a green flag run for a little while. You want to get with your teammates, though, for the pit stop. If everybody can execute on and off pit road, that's how you can win these races.
All right, we should be getting their draft now. Big time.
Yeah. I'm ready to get up there to them so we can drop out and ride. So I'm not constantly watching my fucking water temp.
Up there, but Chris Akers, Maverick Baird still holding strong. Sean Wilder has fallen back a little bit in this 91 machine. Right in front of him now is J.R. Johnson in the 73. The one of Ronnie Morrison still holding low. Sean looks like he's moving around trying to get up to 27. Kyle Clark, he's slowly moving his way through the field here. Well, let's see if this pack that was being led by Todd Poston is still single file. Sure enough, ooh, and they are just about there. The gap is now accurately 2.2 seconds. You see just how close they're getting. You can probably see them in the same camera view.
Trying to give you that little oomph
on the
with that little bit more of a, get a little closer to your bumper there.
Same 2 turns.
I had to stay out a little longer there. I was cooking.
This front group finally starting to organize. They may have realized how quick this back
group is. They're passing lap cars, I think.
I don't think it's going to matter now. That back group, once you get in a rhythm, everybody kind of knows what the other person's doing. They start pushing harder and harder.
I really think that guy ahead of you's got some sort of damage or something.
Really shows you just how.
Because we should have been done up there.
We'll watch them come flying by here, and they are coming up on a couple lap cars here. 2x2 shouldn't be too big of an issue. That's big damage up top. I believe one of those is Josh Vega. There's that second group. Like a freight train coming through.
Yeah, we got 3 cars right there.
Once they get there, they're going to try to go right around the outside. We'll see if anybody tries to block or go with them.
They need to just get out of the goddamn way.
But Todd Poston.
One's busted.
Done a nice job holding a straight line. Credit his pusher. Justin Parham, Kenneth Riedinger. Those are 3 really fast drivers. to line up. The rest of the field following their lead. Joseph Fogg, Jeff Carl, Edward Smith,
I lost my
Sean
buddy off
Bell,
my
DJ
ass.
Madish. He may have fallen back just to see how this pack would play out. And knowing that they can execute, if we get a caution late, we'll see if they decide to do the same strategy. I think if I get up here now, I kind of want to stay up here. Remember, we did go green just before we hit 10 laps in this thing.
I feel like we're there now.
That makes me think pit stops might be coming up somewhere in the 30s. So lap 30-something is when I think we might see some people pit, and they don't know if they'll quite be good on fuel. I guess we'll know once we see them pit. I don't think that will be our only caution tonight, which should be pretty cool, though. Green flag pit stop's going to be a difficult task, though. That could draw a caution. Everybody's going to have to get it nice and clean, but the 8 of Mark Vega has caught the draft of this front pack. Todd Poston still pushing him.
All right. Too close now.
Going to go around him. Got to be careful here. It did pull away from that front group. These three are absolutely locked up. But if they start
32, that's as far as I go.
With the 8 here, might lose that draft again, but they're going to go right around the 24. Kenneth Riedinger, not quite going to be able to slide.
That fucking 37 that was behind me, he missed out. He didn't stay on my bumper. He would have been up here.
They're trying to get all the way up here as quick as they can. Let's do a little Noma Super Speedway Series. Crank it up. Here we go.
Still good for another 16 laps of fuel. Must be a lot of fucked up cars, because I'm up to like 16th there.
They ain't gonna have no cautions with that many cars, I don't think. Yeah, that pack back there slowly losing time. You talking about that up in the pack? Don't talk like that up there.
What? I wasn't paying attention. What was they saying?
He said, just go ahead and hit my bumper hard.
Oh. I took my tires off for the pit stop. And made sure I unchecked my fast. I said we still got probably 13, 14 laps.
That is going to do it for tonight's segment of Crank It Up. I hope everybody did enjoy that up top. The 09's getting a big push from Robert Duvendek. That's Alex Giffen trying to take the lead. The 32, Todd Poston, Sean Wilder, also in that third lane trying to make it happen. On the bottom, though, still being held.
That's dangerous. I can't fucking drive and do that.
He decided to drop down, can't quite do it.
I'm looking for a wreck while I'm doing it.
Here on lap 25, not even halfway through. But you wouldn't know it. You would think we're within 5 to go with the way these guys are going at it. Oh, the 27. Fifth car back on the inside.
My engine does like to breathe, I'll tell you that.
Drop back down, that got really close. And what we saw was 2 packs turned back into 1, and what we still see is 2 packs. We have another group now that might also catch up. Let's see who this is being led by. Looks like it's going to be Joseph Fogg.
A lot cleaner this race than last race.
They're also trying to catch this.
I think it's the difference in grip level of the tires and wider track.
Looks like it would make up a 26-car lead pack.
Because for the most part, I haven't seen no just complete idiots in here.
Haven't said much
other than the 25. I definitely don't want to be around him.
Right now, not the night he's looking for. He's going to need a caution. Tyler Hurt, Tyler Clemus, both looking for a caution. Currently, Josh Vega, looks like he did get his lap back. But Adam Kulikowski is the only driver a lap down from what the scoring shows right now.
5 laps, I'm going to need y'all to pile them up.
Still 3x3, Chris Akers on the bottom. That top
That'll
lane
give me enough
started
fuel to
fall
the
again.
end.
It seems like they can hold some momentum for a little bit, but not as long as they would like. That could be important to note later.
I was hoping a caution would come from the back with that group of cars trying to catch up.
Laps, but it really
they're not even getting close enough to each other's bumpers.
Or do you try to stay on the bottom?
I think they're praying that this pack wrecks.
If you're the first couple cars in it. If you're further back, I like to be up top. I can see the whole track. It gives me a little bit more time to slow down. Taking the longer way around the track. But Chris Akers put his teammate out in front for a little while. Then he decided to take the lead. Has been dominant since. Todd, or not. 1 second. I do apologize. I was going to say Todd Poston led that other pack up here. Oh,
yeah, so I thought that whole time when we was trying to work our way back up here, I thought we had a line of cars behind us pushing us.
No. Basically the three of us.
This is a big pack, but
that's what I was wondering, why it was taking so long to get up there with that many fucking cars.
Back right now, hoping to avoid a wreck if one does occur.
But I know there was a couple cars behind you when we first got started. I didn't know we left them low.
They caught this main pack. A lot of times we'll actually see thinning of the herd as the race goes on. People falling out of the pack. Not the case this run so far. We've seen people catching the pack. Do wish Talladega had a couple more camera angles, but we should be getting some shortly. Ambrose Knievel blinks a little bit. That had to make Danny Eshelman think twice about getting on his bumper into turn 1.
Somebody's mad at the 25 for not staying in line.
As we've seen from all these guys just yet. Chris,
I assume that's what they're talking about.
He pushes about as hard as he can whenever.
It's the only DJ I know of.
There's 3 lap down cars coming right up.
40 laps to go in this race. No point in pushing too aggressive and risking turning yourself or another driver. You did see a little 3-pack of lap cars ahead. I don't think we'll see any 3 wide moves until at least they get past those lappers. I do think we might see some pit stops potentially within the next 10 laps. From what I can calculate on fuel at least. Field starting to line up a little bit up front. Looks like about a 4-car breakaway for the time being. That outside is still there. Just
somebody, are they pitting? Is that what they said?
Yeah. They're going to go. And you see the bottom has about 6 cars really tight. Outside doesn't. And this lap pack contains Jay Stinson as one of them.
The fucking hell, man.
Looks like it is going to be Tyler Hurd.
What the fuck happened?
I don't know. A shit ton of people pulled down. Somebody almost got spun, and I don't fucking know.
A lot of damage. I really think he should have used his
they're wrecking up there.
But we'll see if it works out.
Okay, that's good. Because that was all fucked up. I didn't know what was going on.
Oh, we got one spinning a little bit. Could tell if he saved it. Oh, he does. What a save.
Okay, we're good.
Actually, we're going to see a couple of them pull down pit road. Now they pull back on the
I was like, oh, prepare to come in. I was slowed up.
Yeah, me too. I was getting down on the brakes. And like I said, a bunch of people pulled on the apron. Next thing I know, they fucking gassed it up and pulled back on the track.
Before I say it, let's go look.
You sons of bitches.
Back this up a little bit here. Sure enough, it was. See what happens. Ambrose Knievel coming down the track. Oh, I think
that solves the
yeah, Ambrose was trying to tuck in behind the 2.
Fuel problem for a little while.
Just barely hooks him in the right rear. The 2 gets loose. Look at his hands.
Well, we should be good from here.
Well, you were only getting 30 laps, right?
Laying down his own tire traction.
Oh, yeah, that's right. So, yeah, 30 and 30, 60, yeah.
We're going to be about
about
5
to 10 laps short.
Nice piece of driving.
I don't know what the fuck happened there.
I thought maybe they were going to decide to come down to pit here.
I've never seen a group of cars all decide to come in and not come in.
Sometimes it gets tempting to dart right back up. A nice job.
I was going to be fucked if they didn't have that yellow there because I lost the draft.
The best move of the night in terms of saves at least. We may have had some pit stops here. Pack has broken up. All of a sudden.
I was probably going to lose it.
Did we miss something else, or did these guys just... Oh, yes. Oh, man. Caution did come back out. So as we were reviewing that caution did come out. That's why we didn't actually hear the spotter say it. Let's see what happened. I was wondering, Chris Akers all of a sudden gapped everybody so much. Let's see here. I don't know where this is going to start. I'm thinking it's going to be a little farther back, though. Let's play full speed so we can figure out what happens.
Let me get those tires that now I can get.
Yeah.
Okay, so it wasn't here, so it must have been farther back. I'm thinking it was something with Jay Stinson potentially. Let's see what goes on with Jay here. Looks like, is he already wrecked here? Oh yeah, we got a couple in the wall over here. So they're 3 wide here,
Going
going around
slow
the
as shit.
27. It's a 79 to 13, so they get 3 wide going into 1. 27 starting to come up the track, starting to squeeze.
Yeah, I
with
don't want
79
any more
ultimately is
scares
gonna
like
come
that.
up. Doors with a
Why is it
13.
telling me I've only got
This
okay?
is gonna get both of them turned around.
Motherfucking shit stopped at estimated 21 laps.
Hard hit for Jay.
He had to put the second can in.
Right now, maybe he's making me look like the fool. Good thing he didn't take that fast repair, as now he is probably certainly gonna need it.
Jay Stinson got a lap down.
Didn't get any more front end damage though, thankfully.
Yeah,
I don't think
those lap cars that we just
get.
called up to right there.
Yeah.
He was in that pack.
Looks like that wreck does collect.
There must have been some of the cars that were just fucking dog shit slow that we were passing at the beginning of that run.
Ambrose Knievel gets tagged. Got another one. Coming back up the track. Sometimes this just happens, but yeah, Alex Giffen
might just go and just get the fuck ahead of them, because
after a strong night for
that was
he's gonna have to get that.
That was a lot of work to catch back up.
Up front, your current leader is still Chris Akers in the 4-car. Second, Maverick Baird. Third is going to be J.R. Johnson. Fourth, Todd Poston. And rounding out the top 5 now is Sean Wilder. So you got 2 Max Speed TV drivers in the top 5 for what I know of. At least a couple more of these guys might be. But again, I only do these as a fill-in while Bobby's not here, so I'm not exactly sure sometimes of who all is where. Just try to do the best we can, what we got. And let's see how many we got on the lead lap right now. It looks like it's showing 35 cars. Not multiple laps down, but we do have a couple a lap down. They might get the wave around though, so we'll see what happens.
So how you guys feeling about your race so far?
Situated. Still has to update a couple times.
No serious issues. So
Todd Poston.
Besides that weird fucking pit stop, almost that.
Up here in the top 5.
Place, but
Sean Wilder, Chris Akers. We knew those 2.
I'd like to see another wreck, a big wreck.
Oh, take out more cars.
A couple more here. It says Anthony and JR. So
Please
JR
tell me
Johnson.
neither one of y'all want front row seats though.
Sure. Is Anthony Maverick?
You want the nosebleed sections, right?
Anthony? I'm not sure exactly who Anthony is.
Some of these guys back here are fucked up. This 56 is fucked up.
But I think we were not quite in the fuel window yet. I don't think these drivers will be able to make it. Will we see another caution, though? With this group and everyone up, it definitely increases the chances for one.
If you got that much damage, you need to just take an EOL.
Let's see if we take 1 to green this time. Looks like Todd Poston tells us that he is actually Anthony Poston. And Todd, I thought you were Todd because that is what it was shown in the game, so I do apologize. Todd did do a nice job, though, getting that pack all the way back up here. Looks like we did see some wave arounds.
Well, I can tell the 25 doesn't look bad other than that little crease in his bumper. I don't see nothing on his right side up there.
Fuel. If they had 100% fuel, they'd be just about right there to make it all the way. They should not be able to make it, though, with what they've got. Gonna have to pit one more time.
There should be a rule, though, of there's trying to stay in the back, but then there's like not going at all on the restart and just creating more of a problem.
Sean Wilder, you saw this commercial run at the beginning.
At least when we do it, we try to get up to speed first, then start letting off here and there, but not just not going at all.
They had prizes, I believe, for winners in those races.
Damn, somebody brought the blue cone all the way down here.
Facebook up in the chat earlier. And don't forget, if you
guys
are liking what you're seeing tonight, give it a like. Helps us out a lot if you're new. Don't forget to follow. We did hit 400 the other day. Can't thank everybody enough for. We got a couple of things planned.
Pretty much halfway in the race.
Had an idea in the works to return to some of these viewers what we can, but
I'd like to see this race be a little longer than what it was, but
we got business though.
I wish it was 100 laps.
Get me excited. I think the real race.
That's what I feel like it should have been, was 100.
Real race, because we've already seen so much 3-wide action throughout the night already. But as much as these guys are going at it right now, once we hit 10 to go, that's when they are really going to go at it. Pace car is going to pull off. Now let's ride on board for this restart with Todd Poston in that outside line. See if he can get the run on the backstretch to get
What did he
all
say?
the way to the front.
Watch changing lanes before the start-finish line. You can do whatever after, but just stay in your lane until you cross the line.
Looks like Chris Akers gets a good jump. It's all going to matter, though, is what happens on the backstretch here. We'll see what he can do. Gets to the 111 here pretty early. Ooh, you see the run already starting to form before they even get off the turn. Who gets to whose bumper first? Todd gets just a little side drafter off the 73. Oh, he had to burp the throttle to get out of it. Not going to be able to get up there. Actually jumped in line. So maybe he wasn't looking to go all the way to the lead right now, but rather just get himself in line. He knows we still got a lot of laps. We did just hit the halfway mark. He's going to get in here, try to log some laps. J.R. Johnson, though, right now pushing your leader in the 4. Chris Akers, got to be careful pushing through the trial, but usually doesn't work too well. Chris Akers still out front. Seems to be the Pied Piper of these super speedways, kind of like a Dale Jr. When he gets in front, a lot of people like to follow him when he's behind you. He is a good pusher. That 111 of Maverick on the outside gets some help from the 7 of Rodney Roberts, who we haven't seen. We've seen him up here a couple times tonight, but haven't talked about him. And he's got Danny Eshelman behind him. These three are going to try to go put a fight to the 4 of Chris Akers. Usually it seems like at Talladega, the outside line can really get some momentum working, but that just hasn't been the case so far tonight. That inside has been pretty dominant. Chris Akers was working the outside with his teammate Sean Wilder earlier. But since then, he's taken the inside and kind of held it there. But here comes a huge run.
Somebody thought about coming back down to the line.
I've seen that.
Drop down. Going to try to pull the 7 with him. Can't quite do it, but he is going to drop down either way.
I'm sure with 10 to go, you might try doing that again.
I wish you would have done it now.
It looked like JR maybe had a little bobble in the trial. Had to get out of it just a little bit. Right at that same time, the 7 and the 11.
Go ahead and take a hard left right now.
And absolutely flew by in a short shoot to turn 1. And your new leader is Maverick Baird in the 111. And I don't think that outside is going to make that much progress for a little bit. That 7 gave him one heck of a shot, especially now with Chris Akers in the prime position for pushing.
How the hell that 54 bailed out?
Maverick's going to have to hold on here. He's going to have
the one on the apron.
Wrong way.
To hold on to it this time
now he's
around.
off the draft.
See the 32, Todd Poston.
You talking about the guy that was on the apron?
Yeah.
He was a lap down.
Here.
Oh, was he?
We got
Yeah, I don't know if he was catching up to him or if he was just coming out of the pits. He's a fucking moron. That's the one who dropped down in front of us when we was trying to catch up earlier, and we had to pass him on the high side.
But I don't think he's used his fast repair yet. That's good news for him. If we get a late caution, he'll go in there, take it, and have a fast car. Robert Jordan, Alex Giffen, Jeff Carl, Joseph Fogg, all these drivers up here. Let's see how big this pack is right now.
That color was in the wall, yeah.
Drivers, do we still have it? Actually, it looks like it does end. Tyler Hurd, Jay Stinson, you see that car all cleaned up, so he did use his fast repair. This is a big pack. Oh, it looks like the 56
motherfucker's wrecked.
Is going to come down to the pits this time.
I prefer to have an easy day when I go to make my way to the front.
Josh Vega. Incident early back out here with a clean car, though, on the lead lap. Or sorry, no, a lap down, rather. Couple laps down, rather. Scoring has been a little bit weird for me tonight. Just going to have to make sure we look at the tower instead of the...
17's all dinged up.
But yeah, Josh Vega is 3 laps down. Do have 31 cars on the lead lap. Maverick still leading the charge up front. We see a little bit of 3 wide from the 1.
I don't want to be 3 wide with him. I think I'll back out.
27 thought about sliding up. Was going to be a little late.
He's already put it in the wall.
Of J.R. Schomburg is going to also follow up top. And it looks like the 09 further back of Alex Giffen. 3 cars is all you need. The more, the better. The 27, I think he's thinking about hopping up, to be honest. Be Kyle
Well,
Clark.
they're going 3 wide up there.
Got Matthew Fritz on his bumper.
Wish there was more cars in the middle, but
give him right now with that damaged car. It always seems like if you have damage in the front end, you got to push.
Some of them are coming in.
Let off. It's a lot harder and takes a lot longer to get back up to speed than if your car didn't have any damage.
That was actually a nice little pack of cars to have done that with.
Still really big. They haven't exactly tightened up yet. If we were within,
like we might have been too far back from them though.
20 to go. Promise you, ladies and gentlemen, this pack would be a lot tighter right now, but everybody keeping it spaced out in case something happens. How about Joey Hickok's back here in 30th? The 31 car still trying to crawl his way back up.
Levin said he was pitting this time, or Maverick said his pitting this time by.
If they all make it in clean, looks like Chris Akers, one of them. Oh, we got one in the grass. That was J.R. Johnson. Keeps it together. And these drivers are actually in the
damn, why are we slowing so much?
Because when I actually did the exact calculator, it looked like it said 28.8 laps at 80% fuel. So I think these drivers are good from here. This is like really early, but the earlier you pit, you get with your teammates, you can tick off some really fast laps. And I think that's what they're going to try to do. We'll have to see who else decides to pit this time. Usually once one of them comes in, it draws in a lot of others.
I didn't take my tires off.
Got to make sure you get in cleanly, though, if you do pit. If you mess up at all, it's going to cost you big time. Sure enough, here comes Maverick.
You probably remember to do it.
He got in there hot. I don't know if he's going to make it okay.
He's
got it locked up.
As soon as the other caution or
Not sure
last pit stop, I just do it whenever I'm done.
Looks like everybody is able to avoid any incident, though. J.R. Johnson may have had to come back in. Speeding penalty is what it's looking like. These guys all getting back up to speed, and we will watch the pit cam to see who wins the race out here and to see how this other pack fares out.
Yeah, I'm fucked.
Maverick, I think, did have a potential incident.
Normally you say shit,
and
but
look at it here. But first, let's see how this
I remember to do it, but
Maverick
I don't
does win the race off
remember
the road.
to do it on my own.
Penalty, he'll be in a good spot. See JR now, and there's that other pack being led by Chris Akers.
Every time I do it.
We'll see if they have enough to pass this group. They're going to go right by the 19 of Justin Parham and the 7.
Yeah, I'm fucked.
No issues here. Getting up to speed is always the hardest part. You're hoping on everything that you can just keep that draft. Let's see if anybody else decides to pit this time. No takers that time from the front, at least. Let's look at the pit cams. Yep, doesn't look like anyone did decide to go in. Let's go to Chris Akers here. You see they cleared that group behind him with no issues. It looks like maybe only a couple cars were able to actually keep onto that draft. So a lot of those guys are going to have to try to really link up quick and get up to this group before it is too late. Robert Duvendak, I do believe, might be a max speed TV driver. I'm not sure, though. Let me know in the chat if I'm incorrect. Whether he is or isn't, he played the right strategy, pitting with some of these super fast guys. Now he's got himself up here. Looks like Mark Vega also able to catch on the draft. He's got someone behind him.
I'm fucked, too. I can't even catch these guys.
Going to pit.
Thought they didn't. I don't know how they got in and out so fast.
Yep, here we go. You see him right here. This group was running a little bit towards the back of that pack. Looks like they're all going to get in cleanly. One thing you don't want to do is come to pit road by yourself. Worst thing you can do, especially at these plate tracks. And also, you want to watch your gaps. If you are losing time, you need to get yourself in the pit and get out. You don't want to stay out there losing time to a group who is already pit and good to go for the rest of the race. But watch it here. You'll see that main pack.
I don't know what pack of cars this is right here that
this group
going by.
Easily gonna get past.
This might have been the pack that we had pitted before.
See if Danny Eshelman decides to pit this time.
Oh, the one that pitted before us is in front of me right now.
Until it's empty. In fact, I think
I
that is
remember
what they're
that
doing.
number 4 let them down.
I thought they would have decided to pit by now. But what we'll go ahead and do is we'll look at the lap times by these different leaders of each pack. If we can.
I'm stuck in limbo right now. I've got a car 2 seconds ahead and 3 seconds behind.
Lap 43 and lap 44, ladies and gentlemen. 51.047 and 51.054. Remember those two numbers. Now we'll go back to the leader of the second pack, Chris Akers. 50.785. And we'll see what lap he runs this time, but that is all about 3/10 quicker, so they are absolutely flying in this backpack. The gap right now is 28 seconds, but they are closing over a second a lap. The speed they're going. 50.4 that time. This group absolutely flying.
It's going to be so spread out, a caution ain't going to come out.
What this first group does, they're not going to be able to beat them. Right now, they're just losing time. Once they pit and they come back out, they will be way behind this group. I think they really got to pit as soon as they can. See if we can actually look at the speeds. Ambrose Knievel, you see here, 184, 185. See if he can get down the straightaway. That's where the most pushing happens. Ambrose looks like he does have a teammate of Carl Lingle behind him.
Well, with any hope, it'll come from one of these little packs trying to push so hard to catch.
Car of Tyler Hurt. However, Tyler not actually a lap down just yet. He is the last car on the lead lap, trying to hold where he is so he wouldn't have to get the lucky dog. He'd be where he is if they were to draw a caution. 28 cars on the lead lap right now, so we saw 184, 185. Let's see what Chris Akers, or whoever actually, in fact, is leading this second pack now, is running. See if it's Chris. No, it's actually went up to Todd Poston. Look at the speed difference. 188, 189, 90. Down the backstretch. 191, 92. These guys are absolutely moving. That speed difference tells you all you need to know.
These guys are running long.
Looking at the times, just look at the speed, and we're going to see a move here on the outside from Jay Stinson and Kenneth Riedinger in the 24. And this racing is just making their situation worse. Jay trying to do everything he can. Is currently a lap down, but if he can pass these guys, he'd get one back. So is Kenneth Riedinger. Jay, yeah, both of those two actually, so that is why they're trying to do this. If they can get by, they wouldn't have to worry about fighting each other for the lucky dog, help each other. Even if only one of them gets up here in the lead, then the other one would guarantee themselves a lucky dog instead of these two having to fight for it. So I really like this strategy from these two. However, this is hurting drivers such as Ambrose Knievel, Carl Lingle, Danny Eshelman, as they are just continuing to lose time. Todd Poston has the gap down to 21 seconds to Frank Ranger Jr. And then the lead pack, they've got it down to 29 seconds. And that gap's still closing really quickly. Remember, if you were a little confused on the way I said it, it was 28 seconds to the first pack that they were catching, and that gap was closing in a hurry. It was over 30-something seconds to this main pack, but that has closed down multiple seconds over just the last couple laps. And as we approach 22 to go here at Talladega, when are they going to pit? Not able to make it the rest of the way on field. Doesn't matter how hard they decide to save. They're going to have to pit at some point. Will we see another caution? I'm not sure. We are going to take one more commercial break real quick, and then we'll be back to catch the rest of the action. Stick with us.
'79, you're going to have to keep it on the yellow line. Fucking morons.
How much more fucking laps of fuel did they have?
If I'm not mistaken, they could have made it all the way to lap 60. Or somewhere like that before they was run out. I could be wrong.
We are the place where the toughest drivers will come to race from far and wide. But just who are we? are the Pit Stall Racing Series.
Welcome back, everybody, to Talladega Superspeedway here in the Noma SS Superspeedway Series, presented by Manny Rays. We got 19 laps to go. Todd Poston trying to chase down the main pack. He's got a couple guys to fend off himself, though. We see a charge now from the 111 of Maverick Baird. You got to remember, this group right here is going to be the race for the win. These guys up front, such as Ambrose Knievel, Danny Eshelman, Carl Lingle, Frank Ranger Jr., they are all going to have to pit still. The real battle, though, starts with this 32 car. He's got his teammate Sean Wilder and Chris Akers behind him, but on the outside we see the 111 Maverick Baird, the 66 Randy Bonomi, Mark A. Vega. Then we see a couple drivers such as Joey Hickox not actually in this battle for the lead, if you will, but as a lap car he is still playing a factor in all this. I'm looking, make sure I didn't misspeak on that. Yeah,
how many
Joey
cars are in
lap
your
down.
draft?
Looks like a few behind me. It's hard to tell.
For a couple things. First,
I'll say maybe
to get
6 or
the lucky dog. If
7.
they can't get it at the end, they're going to be fighting to get these guys to race. Maybe bring out a caution if they get a little too racy. They're also going to maybe help some teammates that are around them.
But it doesn't matter. I've got a fucking moron leading it.
Still have a good day by getting your teammate a win or something. Just depends on the situation. Jay Stinson, though, running in that lead.
And I'm scared because the fucking 25's behind me.
That lap car, well, what would be a lap car if he is to pass him of Tyler Hurt, is helping him with fuel mileage, but he can only go for so long before he's going to have to pit. Robert Dubendak behind Mark Vega. Last couple cars in this lead pack. You got Alex Giffen in the next pack. So a lot of different action going on around the track. But we are slowly starting to wind down on the end of this thing. And if you are in this backpack right now, I think your main goal has to be to run the fastest times you can until that front group does pit. Once they pit, I think we're going to see these guys get even more raciers. Joey Hickox on the outside trying to get around. Oh, the Randy Bonomi got really wiggly. Almost got into the right side of Sean Wilder. That would have piled them all up. Not what they would like to see right now. That got really close and really scary for a minute. If Joey can get around, though, this 32, that would put him
Leader's got to be
on
getting
the
close
lead
to
lap
getting
once those other guys decide to pit. Now the 91 of Sean Wilder thinks about going high. Can't do it. It's going to back up. Maybe getting a little hot. At the end here, I think teammates might go out the window with as small of a pack as we would probably have.
I think they got single file. I think they're getting ready.
Let's go back up front. These guys still running. How long are they going to go before they decide to pit?
Maybe not.
I think they're only going to go. I think at this point they're just hoping maybe they can get a caution before they decide to go in. Unfortunately, I don't think it's going to happen.
Caution's going to be in this pack right here with me.
Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. You either usually want to pit as early as you can.
Well, with any luck, it does happen, and you don't get involved.
But because of that strategy, they
a lap down currently.
Ton of time. These guys that are running real fast back here. Sean Wilder now takes
I don't know if they
get
you have the wave around, or if the leader pits in front of you.
Akers now tandem up with his teammate. They work their way into the trial, coming to 15 to go for them. Up front, we are on 15 to go still. And we can see what the gap looks like. Actually, now from Sean Wilder to Carl Lingle, it's 23 seconds. You might think, well, that's still a long ways to go. It might be. But that front group hasn't pit yet, and that gap started out as over 30 seconds. They have made up 10 to 15 seconds at least on that group. And running that fast, that first group is going to lose a lot of track position once they finally do decide to pit. Danny Eshelman has retained the lead from Ambrose Knievel. You see him getting pushed by the lap car of Jay Stinson on the outside. The 98 of Jeff Carl's trying to get in on some of the action as well. Looks like also up there is the 5 of John Bell, who we haven't really said anything about either tonight.
They right?
Give John a shout out, even though not on the lead lap. Out here trying anyway.
Yeah, I don't know what that's going to do with me, though. Oh, I'm the lucky dog, so it doesn't matter.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was going to look at to see where you is at.
Still no pit stop.
I knew that was coming because they were pushing hard.
It gave you the lucky dog. It says it for you.
Oh, we got
okay.
hard. Oh,
Because I was looking at the standings and it shows you
hit.
behind the
Danny
69.
Caution is
But I know
out.
you
This
could have
is
done
gonna
past
change
him or
everything.
whatever before that
And
happened.
that car is destroyed. Somehow gets it rolling now. But with 13 to go, the strategy is going to work out for drivers such as Ambrose Knievel, Carl Lingold.
I need this 5 car to go up here and pass me. I don't want it to take away my lucky dog for a black flag or anything.
Hard hit.
That number 6 car is destroyed. It went to cartwheeling.
TV1, Jay Stinson.
It shouldn't black flag me, right?
Oh, actually,
it shouldn't as long as you don't go in the pit. Because what you got to do, you'll catch the pace, the field with the pace car, and after it crosses the start-finish line, it should tell you to go by it.
The travel usually no. Gets the 6 a little loose, coming back up and down at the same time. They make contact. This sends the 6 up.
I can't be 100% sure, but what mistake?
Car is
13
is destroyed.
That car gets up on its side. Silhouettes, pirouettes rather, a couple times. Bouncing off the pavement. Flips down into the Geico restart zone. That had to be a wild ride for Danny Esterman. Let's go take a look at it. We can actually maybe get a hint of what happened here as well. This is just
we good on fuel from here.
When you tap a guy in the trial, usually
can't
really handle being pushed there.
But it's very close.
Let's ride on board with Danny. See what he sees here.
I'm pitting and gonna make you. Well, you might as well pit anyways after you take your lucky dog.
It just gave me a black flag for passing the fucking pace car.
Wow, that's a brutal hit from Danny. That will make you dizzy. But as you saw there, Danny had the wheel turned back to the left. But when you're on
he cleared my black
bump that he took. Oh no, what happened up here? Hold on one sec, ladies and gentlemen. Oh no, Ambrose has stopped here on the back. That's what I was just questioning because I saw it. We'll look at this in a second. But that little bump that he got from Jay in the trial got him a little
I've already passed
shape.
all these cars, I guess.
Tires are this old, you can't really just straight.
Am I on the back on the lead lap here?
Kind of got a wiggle and unfortunately didn't really have room. You saw him and Jay make more contact, send him right up into the wall. And Ambrose Knievel came to a stop off the track. Let's see where this, if any, we can get in.
Yeah, it's showing you in 17th right now.
He might just be waiting for the pace car. That's going to be my guess. Not sure though.
So you passed the pace car and went all the way around the field?
Cockpit here.
Well, I guess I did. I never passed the pace car. I never seen it.
So not sure what happened to the 04 unless he was waiting for the pace car. Let's see if he's back rolling. He is not. He is still slowly cruising. Now he gets it backfired. So I think that's what it was. If you're just joining in though,
I like these guys to get the fuck around me so I can get to the fucking pit.
Also waiting on the pace car.
They're all fucking slowing down while they get to me.
Pit stops are done with. The race in action is about to really start heating up. Who wants it the most? Chris Akers was dominant for a while, but him and his teammate Sean Wilder have both been strong all night.
Let the 22 car by, and he's like fucking 1,000 miles behind.
Like I said, I'm pretty sure him and Carl Lingo were just indeed waiting on the pace car, because you see Carl is still stopped here on the trial. Sometimes iRacing mixes up the scoring, can confuse the drivers a little bit. Let's go to pit road.
All right, I should be able to come into pits this time.
There right now. Doesn't look like it.
Does it say pit road open?
Yeah. I don't know if I could get to it before it closes, though.
Actually, we can take a look. If you look at your tower there on the left, your scoring tower, rather, you'll see that we still have 28 cars on the lead lap. Your current top 5, as they sit, is Mr. Carl Lingle
fucked
first.
Up. I don't know.
Second is Ambrose Knievel. The strategy
for
both of these two, important to note, did work out. They were staying out.
You could have went around and not passed the pace car.
They are going to have to pit, though, so that top 5 is going to
I got another black because it closed as I'm coming in.
So that's going to put Carl Lingo first, Sean Wilder second, third, Chris Akers, the Reese's Machine, 4th, Maverick Baird, and 5th is going to be Todd Poston, also known as Anthony from what I am hearing. It's been a great night of racing so far. If we can give you a little recap, had a couple cautions early, and then we had this really long.
Does it say what it is? Does it just drop to end?
It doesn't say. Danny Esham and Jay Stinson got together. The 6 took a really hard shot into the wall.
Yeah,
can
I get a black cleared?
Should have a fast repair. Unfortunately, that is going to end the night for Jay. Yeah, you see that car all tore up. He did already use his fast repair. Rough night for the driver of the 13. Rough night in general so far.
Is entering closed pits.
Joey also not been up front at all yet. think he did get back on the lead lap.
Well, it never gave me the option after I took the lucky dog. It was all messed up.
You can see it on your scoring tower there on the left. No, it is still showing Joey a lap down. So Joey may still be a lap down. We'll have to see if it updates. Matthew Fritz, though, not sure if he's used that fast pair. It sure doesn't look like it. Alex Giffen, Frank Ranger Jr., and there's Danny Eshelman, who was just involved in that big wreck. Car all cleaned up now. Did use the faster pair on it.
Man, this is gonna be a fucking mess right here. It's 10 to go.
Up on the outside with his teammate on the inside. He's got another teammate behind him.
No, gotta go.
I think now it's time to go. I know you want to help your teammates, but with what's only going to be 10 laps to go as the pace car lights are off this time, I think it's go time. We are going to see 3 wide a lot quicker. Will we see anything about 4 wide? I don't know yet. We'll have to find out.
It's fucking me back here as these guys are not keeping pace.
You are watching the Noma SS.
And you can't you can't change lanes before the start-finish line.
Is here on Ghost Racing Network. Bobby is out today, so the Green Ghost is filling in for him for tonight. It's been a great night of racing. This is what you get when you watch some of the best in iRacing go at it. That's what the Noma drivers bring to the table. Sean Wilder got to be hungry for a win. So is Chris Akers, so dominant throughout a lot of last year. Can't forget about Robert Duvendak, last year's champion. He's also hungry. We'll see what he can do in that 99 car. Pace car takes a hard left turn to pit road. It might be the final green flag. We'll have to see. The 91 rolling into the box now. Green flag is back out. 10 laps to go here at Talladega. Who's going to win it? Looks like the 91 gets a better restart, but he's got no help behind him. Meanwhile, Chris Akers has his teammate in the 32 already on his bumper. Everybody dives into turn 1. That 4 car's going to get a lot of help here. They will easily get clear on the backstretch, but now they want 11. Gets down. That's Maverick Baird going to try to keep the 91 out in front. I don't know if he's going to be able to do it. Ooh, you see the 4. Gets a big run. He gets clear. The 91, sure enough, not going to waste any time. He drops down. That opens it up to Todd Poston on the top lane. He's going to have the 66 of Randy Bonomi pushing him. The 74, that's Robert Jordan in 3rd. What can he do? Sean Wilder now going to have to just push his teammate. Not really anywhere to go. Who's going to make the 3 wide move first? We're coming to 9 to go this time. Time's starting to run out. If you're some of these drivers further back and into the tribal, there you see it. The 1, Ronnie Morrison, jumps to the top lane. So does the 2.
It's all bottled up now.
The 27 also up top, Kyle Clark. And just like that, they are 3x3 farther back. The front.
That's going to be a big wreck.
Yeah, it started getting bottled up. So I just backed out. I'm hoping they wreck. I can, you know, big wreck. Then I can just make it up under caution. What I'm hoping.
It's still those 3 cars of Chris Akers, Sean Wilder, Maverick Baird.
There goes one.
The 32, Todd Poston, almost got clear of his teammate. I know he'd like to. He'd probably drop down. Can't do it, though. Here comes the top lane being led by Mark A. Vega. He's got Robert Duvendak on his bumper. Side by side out of turn 4. 3x3 through pretty much the entire field. Now we saw some gaps earlier. Not really the case right now. Everybody tightening up. We see 4 wide farther back. They settle it back out to 3. Take a look at the gearbox from Maverick Baird. You see just how chaotic it is. He's looking at the 30 of Carl Lingle. Randy Bonomi thinking about jumping to the top lane, thinks twice about it. He's trying to get this 32 out in front. 8 laps to go. You still got to manage your temps. You can't quite go all out just yet. And that 8 of Mark A. Vega, he's got a really good pusher, and Robert Duvendak behind him. If he can get clear, will he decide to drop to the middle or keep it where he is? That bottom, though, really looking strong right now.
They flipped over me.
Teammates from Max Speed TV linked up. Don't know if anyone has it for, but now Sean
I think I'm good. I don't believe I hit him. It gave me a 4X, but I don't think I hit him.
Now here comes the 32, his other teammate of Todd Poston. Mark A. Vega still up top. Can't get the run just yet. Now the 8 gets a big shot from the 99. Into turn 1, 3x3. Saw a little smoke. Not sure what it's from. Nothing in the main pack. Oh, we got one wrecking back here, though. Big wreck out back. Looks like it's going to collect a couple of them pretty hard into the wall. Caught it right out of the last camera view, it looked like.
Now it's really gonna be go time.
Somebody is really close. I can't tell who this is just yet. Oh, that's Adam Kilday.
Almost like no time to go at all.
He is gonna have
that
to
whole fucking segment with
Let's go see what brings out the 4th caution of the night. Yeah, you see it smoking now.
With fucking up the pit stops there.
Let's see. This is
that
further back.
Just
so
fucked everything up.
This is what I wasn't really sure what it was. This smoke is just either something in general or something that happened farther back. I'm trying to look here, see if I can figure out what this is. Well, this might be a John Bell crash. Let's see here. So we had a couple different things happen during this stretch. This is what I got a notification on.
Alright, I need these two fuckers to pass me.
Spinning down. So that was the initial smoke. So this is a lap before. Nice save though by John. Keeps from getting too much damage. And this is where the wreck ensues. Oh, you had one up on the fence there. So we're going to try to take a look where this starts if we can. Let's look towards the middle, towards back. Oh, the 25 in the middle lane. Back car goes up, tags the 09, turns him right around. Down into the 37.
God damn, fucking slamming the fucking brakes.
Nowhere to go, back up hard into the 14. Oh, wow, the 14 gets upside down into the catch fence. And that is where all that damage probably came from. That's
cars pitted in front of us. Couple spots.
Two of them I know was lap down.
Nicely done. I can't tell who that is. It looks like the 50. Is that the 54? Yeah, that is the 54 of Scott Collins. Sneaking through that. Nice job. But let's ride on board here with the 14. He also went for a wild ride. We've seen a couple of these so far tonight. A lot of guys been involved in some crazy wrecks. Let's see what Adam Kilday experienced in this one.
We're going to get the green with
of 3 wide late in the race. He just came up a little bit. Just that little touch, though, is all it really takes.
66, 67.
See what Adam saw before it maybe ended his night. Oh, and it looked like he was doing a pretty good job trying to sneak through it. Got tagged up
damn
the
it.
fence.
Fucking 19.
Down.
I want to be on the fucking outside.
As I said, just absolutely totaled. Let's go back live, though. Your current leader, Chris Akers in the 4-car. Second, Sean Wilder. We saw him making a move. That might be important as it is going to put him on the outside for this restart. Mark A. Vega, 3rd. 4th is Maverick Bear.
But how did the 14 get up here?
Todd Poston in the 32.
Oh, good night, so I'm going to pass him back.
Outside the top 5, and so is Randy Bonomi.
The fuck?
And it is going to be, I believe, a 3-lap shootout. Assuming the pace car does turn his lights off next time. Let's see who's on pit road. We do have a car back there. Looks like it's pretty damaged. If that is the 14 still, he's going to have to get in and get that repaired unless he just doesn't have one anymore. And sure enough. Oh, no, Adam Kilday did get his repaired. Not sure if it was actually just glitching out a little bit for me then. Ambrose Kniebel back here, the 37. Joseph Falk, he was involved in that. Joey Hickox on pit road. Doesn't have damage. But he is still on pit road here. Maybe going to take some tires, make sure he's good on fuel. Nice looking Flatwoods paint scheme on the 31 car. See what else we got. Looks like Raymond asked if we can show the 784's hood. Absolutely. Let's see what we're looking at here on Robert Jordan. And there you go. Talked about it. You saw it in the top a couple times.
It was a 25.
Noma Superspeedway Series presented by Manny Reyes. See it all over the hood there of Robert Jordan. Looks like he's been through a little bit this race. Car has a pretty good amount of damage actually on the back of it. Yeah, it looks like he backed in to a concrete pillar or something. But the front end looks clean, and that is the most important part. Nancy asks, Joey got his lap back. Well, he sure did. Joey Hickox now the last car on the lead lap. So he may have gotten lucky, dog, considering.
Yeah, I think we're about to use up a fast repair right here.
If you were the wave around, so I'm going to go with Joey Hickox may have got the lucky dog. Let's see if I can actually pull it up here.
Okay, the guy in front of you has no front end.
It looks like...
Yeah, that's bullshit how you can stay out with that shit. And you can't change lanes before the start-finish line.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm thinking Joey did indeed get the lucky dog, though. Because normally you can't pit unless you do get the lucky dog. Otherwise, it'll penalize
43
you.
needs to go to the outside.
Not even something
as soon as we
like
get going green.
Pace car lights are off this time, so we are
scoot to the outside and let everybody go by.
It's going to be a 3-lap shootout to decide it. I thought these teammates might play a little nicer with each other. But Sean Wilder wants to win. Chris Akers, he wants to win. I don't think they're going to be too helpful of each other. Todd Poston, I'm sure he also wants to win. Robert Duvendak, Maverick Baird, your pole sitter. He's been up here all night. Some of these guys we got in the top 10. Ronnie Morrison, Carl Lingle, we talked about him. Robert Jordan just outside the top 10. And I think anybody within the top 15 has a shot at it. Anyone in the top 5 has a real good shot at it. Mark A. Vega going below the apron, maybe saving a little bit of fuel, depending on when he decided to last pit. If we start going into some overtimes here, I believe from what I read, it was 3 green-white checkers. Hoping we don't have any, though. Hopefully
yeah, why don't you go to the outside?
Superspeedway finishes side by side at the line.
Just move over and let them by.
And what does Mark A. Vega try to do here? He knows Chris Aker.
Just, hell, go around him if he don't move. Fuck it.
He gets him clear. Does he try to get him clear enough where he can jump up top in that 8 car? In the 111, if he can get a good restart, he can get Sean Wilder.
Your motherfuckers went. Mine sure as the hell didn't.
A chance at the win. We're going to find out here. 3 laps, Noma Superspeedways presented by Manny Ray's Style. Who's going to win it all? Chris Akers on the bottom, Sean Wilder up top, Mark A. Vega second row. Maverick Bird, green flag is back out one more time. Chris Akers got a really good jump this time, but that means he's going to get no help from Mark Vega. Here comes the 91, Sean Wilder. He's got Maverick Baird in towed. Maverick Baird, rather. Ooh, they both got to the bumper pretty evenly. This is going to be a dead heat down the backstretch. The outside's got a little bit of momentum. This is going to be the most important lap to get it. The 91 gets a huge shot from the 111. He does get cleared. What does he do with it? He drops down right in front of his teammate. That opens it up to the 111 on the outside. 3 wide further back. Looks like Ronnie Morrison's going to push the 2 of J.R. Schomburg. If we make it to the white flag, no more cautions.
Come on.
Through turn 4. 2 back speed TV drivers on
guy
the bottom.
behind me fucking blows.
Maverick up top being pushed by Robert Duvendak, who has now made his way into the top 5 in the 99. We'll see if he decides to go 3 wide or stay tucked in line. We're coming to 2 laps to go this time. Looks like it might have been a 3 wide move a little bit farther back. Sure enough, that's going to be the 7 car. Rodney Roberts tries to jump to the top lane. Get a little bit of help for a moment from JR. Now he drops back down low. The 7's going to fall back in a hurry if he can't find anybody to go with him. What does Robert Duvendak try to do? Still all the inside row. Chris Akers absolutely locked onto his teammate right now. Mark Vega. See him getting out of the throttle, making sure he doesn't accidentally make contact with any of these guys. If we make it to the white flag,
yeah, nobody's wanting to come to the fucking high side.
Can we do it? Sean Wilder in prime position. That 111, can he get any momentum going before we get to the end? The outside, here they come. Into the trioval, Chris Akers still doing a really good job keeping his teammate out in front. White flag this time. One more lap at Talladega. They now draw dead even. Further back, we see 3 wide. Nobody getting it going just yet.
Sorry, I didn't see the 17 in front of you. I thought it was the other guy that was up there.
Sean Wilder trying to hold off. Can Chris Akers do it?
Damn it.
Hold his teammate out in front. The 111's getting a huge push. Now we see 3 wide from the 2 car. 3x3, no help on the outside lane. This is going to be a race.
I ain't even going to make it across the line.
The bottom right now. Out of turn 4, Sean Wilder still has the lead. Maverick Baird going to try to make one more push at it up top. Into the trioval for the final time. Chris Akers, he's locked onto the 91. They're wrecking out back. Here they come, though, to the line. It's going to be a drag race. It's going to go to the 91.
Bounced off of
Sean
that dude
Wilder
up
wins
there,
it
and
in
that
dramatic
just stuffed
fashion
me.
as they all wreck in the background.
Yeah.
What a finish and what a win. Gonna be thanking his Max Speed TV teammate.
17 used
Chris
me as a
Akers
fucking
for
route.
getting the win on that one. In a close second, though, was Maverick Baird. Wow, what a finish tonight. They kept it clean all the way to the finish in the front. And we are certainly going to be going to get interviews from your top 3, including this man right here.
Yeah.
Boy, they never disappoint, do they?
That's that.
Wow, what a finish.
Yeah, I think, hang on.
And while he is doing his burnout, let's take a look
Headset off.
at your results tonight. Let's pull up the race results.
I think maybe at Talladega we might
tonight,
actually need to go up there and race.
Wilder. Second is going to go to Maverick Bear.
Yeah.
Third place.
Well,
now the other
biggest
two
problem was just how when it got separated for so long,
it's going to be
it killed all the laps and all the chances of there being right.
Seventh.
Yeah.
It's going to be Ronnie Morrison 8th, Randy Bonomi 9th.
But I feel like that can happen
10th, J.R.
again.
11th, Robert Jordan.
Especially
12th,
at Talladega.
Kyle C. Clark. 13th,
I think we'll still be all right at
15th, James
Daytona and Atlanta
16th,
doing that, but I believe
Robert,
at Talladega
17th,
we might need to go up there and race. And I don't know about our racing
19th is going
Superspeedway.
to go to Joseph Fogg. 20th, it's going to be Adam Kilday. 21st, Robert E. Morrison. 22nd, DJ Mattis. 23rd, Joey Hickox. 24th, Danny Eshelman. 25th, Edward W. Smith. 26th, Guy Braco. 27th, Alex Giffen. 28th, Kenneth Riedinger. 29th, J.R. Johnson. 30th, John Bell. 31st, Scott Collins. 32nd, Jeff Carl. 33rd, Tyler Clemens. 34th, Josh Vega. 35th, Adam Kolowiski. 36th, Tyler Hurd. Rounding out the field tonight in 37th is Jay Stinson.
Make anybody feel bad, but at least you ain't got to do the interview.
Interviews for some of these drivers real quick. We'll be right back.
What is this? There's a Dega race up in the ARCA cars for the Leopard. 40 laps, only 45 minutes. I don't know about that. 4 cautions are on. It might not be able to complete the race, but at least you know there'll be cautions.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I have found your top 3. First, we're going to start with your third place finisher tonight, Chris Akers. Chris, you got a copy?
Yes, sir, I do.
Well, first of all, man, that was certainly an exciting finish. You pushed your teammate to the win. How does it feel? I know coming home third, maybe not the win, but, man, you did a nice job pushing. How'd you get it done?
Just brung the
brung
the house
54 car.
I didn't care if it was my teammate or
Which
not.
one?
I just I knew
The one who dropped down in front of us when we was catching up that first time. Pretty sure that's what it was. Scott D. Collins.
Got the job done right at the end. I knew nobody else was going to outpush.
He just
on the bottom and
signed up for the league today.
You certainly were
profile
the pusher
picture,
of the
I
night,
don't
and my
like his
vote. Before we
face.
let you go, is there anyone you want to thank or shout out?
I want to give a shout out to you for picking up the broadcast. First and foremost, enjoy watching it, and I want to give a shout out to Bobby. Hope everything's all right for him. Hopefully, he'll be back next week. And shout out for him for sponsoring the team, and shout out to the team for doing excellent tonight.
You gonna do this Dega race in the ARCAs?
Pit road issue, where he's been right there with us, and congrats on the 6th to Todd, and hell of a win.
We'll take a little break.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is your third place finisher, Chris Akers. Now we're going to move on to your second place finisher, Maverick Bear. Maverick, you got a copy?
Yes, I do, buddy. How you doing?
Good. I'm really good, man. That was such an exciting finish. I'm sitting here trying to, like, give you guys an interview without losing my cool. First of all, I thought you were going to get the win there right at the end. You couldn't quite squeak it out, but you came home second. What more did you need there on that last lap?
He did a great job, man. You know what I mean? It's just, it was super tight.
Got 10.
You know, I gave it all I got. You know, the guy was pushing
me.
Gave it all he's got, so did a great job.
All right, well, before we let you go tonight, is there anyone you want to thank or shout out?
Yeah, Dr. Painting and Power
Oh,
Washing
man.
and Noma's Racing League. They put up a pretty good series, and
I'll be right back.
yeah. So,
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that
right
was
ahead,
your
buddy.
second place finisher, Maverick Baird. Congrats to Maverick.
Yes. Yes, that was a good race, man. I had to do a lot of pushing to keep myself up there. You know what I mean? Because I got no teammates or nothing like that. So that was the only way for me to kind of control it.
Yeah, man, you did a really nice job. I thought you were going to steal it right at the end. Just a little bit more next time.
All right, man. You all have a blessed one.
Thank you. Second place finisher, Maverick Baird. Now we'll move on to your winner, the man of the hour, Sean Wilder. Sean, you got a copy?
I do, Austin.
Well, Sean, I talked to you just a little bit via message before the race, but you got it done tonight, so here I am talking to you again. Looked like your teammate got you the win right at the end. How'd you get the win, though, overall tonight? Stayed up front.
Yeah, that's a big shout out to the Max Speed TV team. That's some great teamwork there. We were discussing our pits. We all went down together. Unfortunately, JR had a little issue, but just great teamwork between Todd and Chris and JR. It was pretty awesome.
Well, it was certainly awesome to watch. Before we let you go tonight, is there anyone you want to thank or shout out?
Well, we want to shout out to you for covering for Bobby. Want to shout out to Bobby. Hope everything's okay with him. I want to say thank you to him for sponsoring our team. Want to give a shout out to the pit stall guys and the Noma League. That's why we do this, is for races like this. They put on an awesome show every week, and I really enjoy racing with these guys. And of course, I want to shout out to Chris Akers, because he was giving me those bumps just right as I needed them.
All right. Well, congrats again on the win, man. Enjoy it. That is your first place finisher tonight, Sean Wilder in the 91. And I think he pretty much summed it up there for you guys. He said it was exciting. Thanked his teammate. Teamwork, the name of the game, especially for some of these super speedway races. But Max Speed TV was pretty dominant tonight. So not too surprised to see one of them come home with it. But really nice job all night from the 91 of Sean Wilder to stay up. Before we let everybody go, just a couple reminders here. Go ahead and get these results off. Go over here, taking a look at the schedule. We are hoping Bobby will be back, so it will probably be over on Max Speed TV. But next week will be an off week for Noma, presented by Manny Ray's Super Speedway Series. And then after that, they go to iRacing Super Speedway. And then back at Talladega, the third race after that will be Daytona. And then you see the rest after that. We do want to thank everybody, I guess I should say first, for tuning in tonight. If you did like what you see, make sure you give us a thumbs up. It helps out a lot.
Yeah, that was the
Go ahead and give us a follow if you don't mind.
most disappointing race of the season so far.
We'll be back tomorrow with our first official league broadcast, if you will. That is the first league that will have the Green Ghost broadcasting for them. And we're really excited for that. It'll be the Fast Track Cup Series, the Daytona Clash. So hopefully everybody tuning in tonight is back around for that. That is all I got, though. Thank you all for coming out tonight. I hope everyone did enjoy it, and we will see you next time.